everybody, I'm Jona from One Bit Wonder, and today I'm going to be talking about two games, and I'm going to compare them side by side. I know this game has been out for a while, a lot of people know about it. This one's been out for a year, a lot of people know about it, but for me, I think it's interesting to compare. It's by the same person, Elizabeth. She did both of these. They're both nature themed. How much are they alike? How are they different? All right, so age before beauty. We're going to start with, of course, they're both beautiful games, but Wingspan is the game that came out in 2019. It is for 1 to 5 players. It's recommended for ages 10 and up. And it plays in about 40 to 70 minutes. And this was published by Stonemaier Games. And of course, the designer is Elizabeth Hargraves. Mariposas came out 2020, and it is a 2 to 5 player game. It plays, they recommend it for ages 14 and up, and it plays in roughly the same time, about 45 to 75 minutes. And this game is published by AEG. By the same designer, of course. As you might tell by the cover, Wingspan is about birds. And in this game, you are a bird expert, and you're trying to attract a nice collection of birds to your habitats. And this game is an engine builder. So as you take actions, those actions will help you take better actions next time. Now, Mariposas, on the other hand, is about the monarch butterfly migration. So in this game, you are a butterfly family and you're producing more and more butterflies, and you're spreading across the continent of North America, and you're looking for way stations where you can get milkweed, and you're trying to get movement cards so you can get from place to place and get more and more nectar, and so you can continue to produce more butterflies, and then eventually bring all those little butterfly babies back to the start of the game in Mexico, where the butterfly migration ends. So in Wingspan, everybody has their own player board, and there is a tray of cards that everyone can draft from so they can pick better and better birds to add to their personal player board. And then there's cubes that help you keep track of the turns that you've taken. Now, Mariposas, it's more of a traditional board game where there's one big board that everyone sits around, and they're going to be moving their butterflies all over the board. Now, both games have very low player interaction. In Wingspan, you're basically just working on your own board, building your own engine. And in Mariposas, it's actually not an area control game, even though it kind of looks like it because it's a map. But those butterflies can go on any spot that other butterflies are. And if a token is flipped over that reveals what resource is under there, anyone else can return to that spot and also get that resource. So even though you're all kind of flittering all over the same board and you're in the same space, there's really very low player interaction. In fact, I think Mariposas has even less player interaction than Wingspan. Now, in Wingspan, as the game progresses, there's 4 rounds, and as the game progresses, you get less and less turns as your cubes are dwindled away. You only have about 5 turns towards the end of the game. Now, in Mariposas, it's an opposite effect, where as you play from season to season, there's 3 seasons, and in each season you gain more movement cards. So you get to play another movement card every season. So in Wingspan, you are kind of decreasing what you're able to do as your engine is built up. And in Mariposas, you're increasing your movement, but your choices towards the end of the game get much more difficult to make. I think both of these board games represent their theme very well, and they're very, very different. And like I said, in like Wingspan, it is just an engine builder where you can just keep tweaking your engine so it's flowing as efficiently as possible. And towards the end of the game, you kind of know where you're at, or at least you have an idea. In Mariposas, the decisions are so tricky. You get new goals each season, and those goals will take you further and further from the southern part of the board where you want to end up at the end of the game. So as the game progresses, you realize it's going to be harder and harder for you to get back and meet that end game goal to get those big points to get your butterflies back to Mexico. And you have to start kind of figuring out probably towards the middle of the game, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep spreading to the northern part of the board with your butterflies to get, the different season goals? Or are you going to stay to the middle of the board? Because movement is very tight in this game. You may end up with a hand of cards where you can only move 2 spaces to get your butterflies back to Mexico. So it's very, very tricky. So Mariposas is currently available on Miniature Market for $40. Wingspan is also available in Miniature Market, and it is $48. So it's a little bit more expensive. Now, it is important to bear in mind that Wingspan has 2 expansions out, so that's going to give you additional play. It also has a solo mode, and it plays very nice at 2 players. Mariposas, on the other hand, doesn't have a solo mode. It doesn't have any expansions. So those are some factors to consider if you're looking into getting one of these games. So that's Mariposas and Wingspan. Pretty like a general look at them both side by side. I hope this video was helpful for you, interesting to you. For me, I really like Elizabeth Hargrave's games, so it just gave me another chance to talk about these. If you'd like to see more about these games, please check out my reviews of Mariposas and Wingspan, which you will find somewhere else on my channel, so be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please stay safe out there, be blessed, and have a great day.